I'm Artemis Fowl, and I'm a criminal mastermind.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the cringiest, most yawn-worthy, or just plain ill-advised movies in Disney's live-action catalog.
John, we saved your life.
I'm not me anymore. I'm a hardware store.
Number 20, Peter Pan and Wendy. Much like its titular character, 1953's Peter Pan never gets old. It's the kind of timeless classic that never needed a live-action version. Or should we say, another one. Sadly, Peter Pan and Wendy plays it too safe to stand out, but is too different to cash in on the nostalgia, leading to a remake that's as lost as Peter's namesake crew.
Faith, trust, and pixie dust.
No. No pixie dust this time. No magic. No tricks. Just a little help from my friends.
It's not offensively boring or disrespectful to the source material, it's just frustratingly forgettable, which, coming from a franchise as beloved as Peter Pan, is arguably worse. If you want your daily dose of faith, trust, and pixie dust, you're better off revisiting the original animated film.
I really thought you'd be happy here.
Yes, I did too. But Neverland's not exactly what I was expecting.
Number 19, Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Most of the time, a talking dog is an easy recipe for some heartwarming family hijinks, but this isn't just any dog. It's a stuck-up, pampered Chihuahua from Beverly Hills. No, the movie doesn't get any more clever than that.
Doggy birthday parties, couture fittings. I have to change her outfit 4 times a day. I mean, look at her. She's so irresponsible.
While Chloe's Mexican-themed adventure has some fun cultural touches, the film never rises above obvious jokes and tired plot points. The lack of originality is hard to stomach. At a certain point, it genuinely feels like they stumbled upon the name Beverly Hills Chihuahua and reverse-engineered a whole movie from there.
Your love is the rain that falls upon my earth.
Don't stop now. It's just getting good.
Ay, Chihuahua.
It's beyond us how something this disappointing got not just one, but 2 sequels. Number 18, A Wrinkle in Time. This one hurts. On paper, 2018's A Wrinkle in Time should have been a slam dunk. Disney invested a lot into the production, securing A-list talent and top-tier visual effects. But sadly, they didn't put quite as much care into fine-tuning the script. To put it bluntly, the movie doesn't land emotional beats as much as it pounds them over your head.
To the making of you. Just exactly the way you are.
That's disappointing in any context, let alone when you're adapting a beloved children's story. Fans expected more, and they said as much with their wallets. Despite an all-star cast and some magical source material, this is one wrinkle that's better left smoothed out of your movie marathon.
Maybe now I can finally say them. It's funny how it took a trip around the universe to get me there.
Number 17, The Shaggy Dog. At a time when Tim Allen was Disney's silver bullet at the box office, this movie single-handedly proved that the dog days were not over after all. Credit where it's due. Tim Allen's definitely committed to the bit.
No, I had something caught in my throat.
One more outburst and I'm holding you in contempt.
Silence! Quiet!
However, the lackluster script makes his bizarre method acting feel more uncomfortable than funny. Throw in some hand-fisted emotional beats and a metric ton of bad puns, and you have a movie that's head-scratching even for young audiences. Look, if you enjoy seeing a grown man chase cats, groom himself, and bark at his family, then Shaggy Dog is totally for you. If not, then you'll agree this dud belongs in the doghouse. Permanently.
Get kind of agitated. Sup, dog? Pick up a little virus down there in the lab, did you?
Must be something going around.
Number 16, John Carter.
How'd you learn to fly?
Your ships cannot sail on night in Virginia.
No, Professor. See our ships sail the seas.
Where do you even begin with this one? John Carter is often cited as one of the most expensive films ever made, and coincidentally, also one of the biggest bombs. After seeing the film, it's easy to see why. The John Carter movie plays like a shameless melting pot of boring sci-fi cliches and questionable acting decisions. Sure, the visual effects are good, but no amount of CG can disguise the paper-thin story.
What are you doing?
So, get her out of here.
Carter!
I was too late once. I won't be again.
It's obvious audiences rejected this for a reason, and the most embarrassing part? This was supposed to launch a whole franchise. Suffice it to say, there's no sequel in sight, and that's definitely for the best. Number 15, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Sequels are never easy, but surely Disney could have done better than Alice Through the Looking Glass. This soulless follow-up revisits Wonderland, but forgets to include the wonder part of its name. Instead, Through the Looking Glass is juvenile, overly loud, and a complete butchering of Lewis Carroll's original fairy tale.
So being time, I must give some of myself for you to have me. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes.
Really?
There's really not much redeeming about it at all. Not the performances, not the script, and certainly not the story. And we use that term loosely. For the most part, the entire plot is just Helena Bonham Carter running around screaming at everything. Although after seeing the finished film for ourselves, we don't even blame her.
Cut off your tongues! Cut off your ears! Off with you! Just off with it! Off with that!
Enough!
Number 14, Dumbo. This, folks, is a textbook example of how you don't remake a cherished film. Despite nearly doubling the original's runtime, 2019's Dumbo fails to add anything of note to the story, characters, or message. If anything, it does the opposite.
What is that?
Baby Jumbo.
I already got fake freaks in the freak show. I don't need a real one in the center ring.
Rather than worthwhile addendums, the additional material only succeeds in making the film unrecognizable from the classic it's named after, which then begs the question, if they were going to change so much, why bother remaking Dumbo in the first place?
Wow, this is a disaster. Come on, I'll buy you a hot dog.
There's no clear answer to be found in these dry 2 hours. Dumbo may be able to fly, but this live-action remake sure can't. Number 13, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Don't let the name fool you. This isn't the Prince of Persia. It's the king of cringe, without even touching its infamously whitewashed cast. This video game adaptation has no idea who it's trying to appeal to.
Did you know your brother's offered a reward for you, which quite frankly, between you and me, borders on the obscene? I'd trade in my own mother for that kind of gold. What? You didn't know what she was like.
Is it for fans of the games, newcomers, families, adults? Based on the ho-hum pacing and disappointing box office, it would seem Sands of Time chose none of the above. Without the fan service to bring in diehards or the thrills to attract casuals, Prince of Persia goes down as an inexcusable average misfire. It wouldn't hurt so bad if this were an original IP, but a brand like Prince of Persia deserved much, much better.
Please don't mock me, Prince.
I hardly think we know each other well enough for that, Princess. But I look forward to the day that we do.
Number 12, G-Force. Stop us if you've heard this one before. To save their failing department, a team of specially trained operatives go undercover to expose a villain's scheme and save the world. In a nutshell, that's G-Force.
G-Force!
G-Force?
I figured we need a name, like, Green Berets or Navy SEALs. Come on, G-Force!
No.
It ticks the box of every single eye-rolling spy trope of the last century. The only difference? The G in G-Force stands for guinea pigs. We wish we were kidding. The film's central joke gets old fast, turning what could have been a lighthearted adventure into a mindlessly grating hour and a half. That's right, it's only 90 minutes, but boy does it feel longer. Trust us, G-Force is better left at the pet store.
Hello, G-Force! Look, a frozen FBI sickle. I'm sorry that I doubted you.
Number 11, Kazam.
Who dare to wake me? Ain't gonna make this a mystery. Don't wanna do time on your wishes 3.
For all his charm and skills on the court, Shaquille O'Neal isn't exactly raking in Oscars. Although, to be fair, it's hard to say if anyone could have made Kazam work. Poorly scripted, laughably acted, and mind-numbingly uninspired, the movie follows the titular genie offering 3 wishes to a teenage boy. Only, Kazam doesn't come out of a lamp. He's conjured from a magical boombox.
Higher than high, then you got junk food. From here to the sky, I am Kazam!
That's a good summation of how seriously this movie takes itself. While there is some novelty in watching Shaquille O'Neal dance around a movie set, it's not always for the right reasons. See, the only way to truly enjoy Kazam is to laugh at it, not with it. Number 10, Pinocchio. Pinocchio's nose would grow if he said anyone was asking for another version of this story, especially one as lifeless as this. Lacking any charm, wit, or heart, the only compelling question brought up in this unnecessary update is, why bother?
Pinocchio, did you hear anything?
I sure did!
All right, I heard something too. And now that you can talk.
Hello, Pops.
In a way, it's almost funny. Pinocchio went from a wooden boy in a heartfelt film to a real kid in a wooden movie. Whether it's the tone, the acting, or the direction, everything about this version of Pinocchio feels like a disservice to the original tale. When you can't even wring a good performance out of Tom Hanks, you know you've done something very, very wrong.
Now, we can go home again, and we'll be all together. We'll be one big happy...
Number 9. Blank Check. This 1994 comedy film has an interesting enough premise. A preteen boy gets access to $1 million in illegally obtained money, which he uses for a days-long shopping spree. Yet many found this premise was undercut by a film where the characters are drawn together by contrived events and questionable logic that aren't close to being fun. Add to that the conflict between the implied message of money isn't everything and the sheer indulgence on display, and what we have is a bizarre mess of a flick.
What else do I want? I mean, got everything that I need right here.
Number 8. The Lone Ranger. Oh goodness, what a creative misfire. The Lone Ranger acts as a reimagining of the famed radio drama Hero, an ex-Texas Ranger who hunts down outlaws but never shoots to kill.
Wait!
Perhaps they didn't see us. Oh no. They will be back any minute now.
Unfortunately, the film often veers from big-scale action and character interplay straight into unsettling and even horrific imagery, making for a less than pleasant experience. On top of that, the film suffers due to its overlong runtime, overly convoluted character motivations, clear disrespect for the source material, and rather dour aesthetics. And let's not even get into Johnny Depp being cast to play a Native American character.
Don't ever do that again. Sorry.
Number 7. College Road Trip. Some road trips just aren't worth the effort. That's how we imagine many critics and viewers felt when watching College Road Trip, which starred Martin Lawrence and Raven Simone as father-daughter duo James and Melanie Porter.
What's the harm?
The harm is we have a lot of ground to cover, and I've already seen Northwestern.
Not as a potential student. Come on, flow with it.
Though there is definitely merit in the film's message about respecting life's choices, it's undermined by the creative team's decision to focus on the broad comedy and slapstick elements. This might have been acceptable and even entertaining in its own right, but alas, the humor was underwhelming at best.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
Hey, Stu. Me. Nice to meet you, Tracy.
Number 6. Snow Dogs. Aren't Disney and dogs meant to go hand in hand? The film follows Cuba Gooding Jr. as Miami dentist Ted Brooks, who heads to Alaska to claim an inheritance, 7 Siberian Huskies, and a Border Collie.
You really stepped in it this time. We tried to tell you didn't belong here.
I don't speak dog.
Tell me about it.
The fish out of water storyline that follows is about as bog standard as it gets, complete with contrived life-affirming scenes and a more than healthy helping of slapstick sequences. Gooding's campy portrayal of Brooks, the embarrassing quality of the dialogue, and the film's overall lack of substance only hammer home how little Snow Dogs has to offer its audience.
Okay, demon. You leave me no choice.
Number 5. Artemis Fowl.
How do I know I can trust you?
My father used to say, a friend's eye is a good mirror.
Are we friends? Artemis Fowl.
Instead of a trailblazing success, this book-to-movie adaptation lives on as a cautionary tale, and rightfully so. Quite frankly, there's too many hiccups to list them all. The world building is a mess, the plot is incomprehensible, the visual effects are unconvincing. We could go on. Evidently, it takes a whole village to screw up a story like Artemis Fowl. Then again, this is pretty much Artemis Fowl in name alone. As if to prove it, the movie garnered such poor reception, it was yanked off of Disney Plus entirely in 2023.
The media? I have someone working on that right now.
Well, I expected you would. These are for you, son. Just don't forget to wash it before you bring it back, okay?
Not even Disney wants to remember it anymore. Hey, it's certainly foul, just not the foul Disney wanted. Number 4. Inspector Gadget. We imagine this could have used an inspector of its own. Based on the much-loved animated series, Inspector Gadget presents itself as a live-action rendition of how John Brown, a hapless security guard, became the clumsy yet dedicated cyborg.
Oh, how cliché, Inspector. I think somebody's been watching too many Saturday morning cartoons.
It's strange then that the special effects were favored over a script and characters with depth, wit, a consistent tone, or even simple charm. This is especially baffling considering the respectable cast, which included Matthew Broderick of War Games and Ferris Bueller's Day Off fame. They had a good license and solid actors. What happened?
Darn! That fella will not give us a break! And the third time! 10 for scoring! You are under arrest!
Number 3, The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. And thus, the Santa Claus trilogy ends with a whimper. The Escape Clause ostensibly deals with the trickster Jack Frost, attempting to usurp Santa Claus's position.
Oh, Santa, I'm sorry.
You know, if it were me in the red suit, I'd probably go right to the escape clause.
Oh, no, the escape clause. Way too extreme, really.
Escape clause? What's up with that?
However, the film plays out as a string of middling gags, callbacks to the first film, and even a drawn-out take on a It's a Wonderful Lifestyle alternate universe story, all of which might be fun, if not married to a witless script that doesn't even come close to making the Escape Clause as endearing as its predecessors.
It's time to deliver the package.
It's time to deliver the package!
Number 2, Old Dogs. In this alleged comedy, Robin Williams and John Travolta play longtime business partners who are left to care for twin children while on the verge of a major business deal. Thus, they learn about the value of family and the meaning of friendship, while the audience bears witness to heavily choreographed, increasingly unamusing physical gags.
When you kiss her goodnight.
That was so delicious pie.
Oh, when you turn on the light. Then whisper softly.
Old Dogs throws out everything from a medication mix-up to Seth Green getting fondled by a gorilla, and yet mixes up its intent by adhering to its badly plotted main story. Poor writing plus a surplus of hit-and-miss gags, a winning combination.
All right, everyone get together for a picture. Big smiles, let's look real happy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mr. Magoo. It's hard to dredge up anything as uninspired and creatively misguided as this. Leslie Nielsen, famed star of such films as Forbidden Planet and Airplane, was sadly called upon to fill the lead role in this adaptation of the Mr. Magoo cartoon.
We have an imposter. Mr. Peru is Mr. Magoo.
Why would Peru disguise himself as Magoo?
Shut up, you idiot! Kill him!
The film follows Quincy Magoo in a series of misadventures that largely play off his nearsightedness, which, besides being one-note and unfunny, also attracted the ire of blind and nearsighted communities. That Mr. Magoo only earned $21.4 million of its $30 million budget and was pulled from theaters after 2 weeks is not a surprise.
Words of wisdom, my dear. Words of wisdom. Magoo, you've done it again. Have a good day. Whoa!
What's the worst Disney film you've ever been tricked into seeing in theaters? Let us know in the comments below.
I think I like it.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.